Ralph Anderson was a native of Dallas, Texas, was an all-state quarterback at Dallas's Lincoln High School, graduating in 1967. He then made the transition to the defensive secondary when he came to West Texas State and helped lead the Buffaloes to a 21-9 record under head coach Joe Kerbel. He still holds, as we saw in the video, the career record for career interceptions here at WT. Drafted in the 5th round by the Pittsburgh Steelers, he had a 3-year NFL career with the Steelers and then the New England Patriots. During that time, in the NFL, he played 34 games, recorded 6 interceptions, 5 fumble recoveries. Following his playing days, he served the city of Dallas, first as a correctional officer, then an emergency medical technician, and finally a firefighter before retiring in 2003. Anderson passed in December of 2016 and is represented tonight by his oldest daughter, Kedra.
First, I'd like to say thank you to the committee and to everyone for honoring my father. And I must say, when I was asked to come up and speak on his behalf, I didn't know what to say. I said, I don't know a lot about that time. I wasn't old enough to have an idea. And I couldn't figure out what to say. And then I said, well, what would he say? And then I realized, he didn't talk about that. He didn't talk about him. Because for him, it wasn't about the applause. So because of that, it was after his death in 2016 that I found out about much of his professional career. It was when I was clearing out things at his house that I saw the boxes of letters from fans who were writing him for signatures on the cards. Because he didn't talk about him. He didn't do it for the applause. He did it for love. He loved the game. He loved athletics. He loved football. He loved people. So that's why he became a paramedic and a firefighter. He didn't do it for the applause. He loved his family. So my niece is here as well. She's the oldest granddaughter, so she's going to share just from the grandkids' standpoint. But he gave to the community. He loved God, and he served as an usher at church to help the seniors to and from the car, and just all of those things. And so, it's so interesting because at his funeral, when you hear people talk about him and they talk about how, they just see him on Sunday, they had no idea he ever played pro ball because he didn't do it for the applause. He was truly an athlete at heart. He was truly a person who showed love. He did it quietly. He did it consistently. And he was by no means perfect. But he did the best he could, and he gave his all to whatever he did do. And I was thinking the other day, in April, he would have turned 70. And I know for at least the last 39 years of my life, my dad called at 6 a.m. every birthday. He was always going to be the 6 a.m. call. And it's those simple things that he would do to say, I love you and happy birthday. So the legacy he left for his grandsons, for his sons, for us as his daughter, his son, us, for us as his daughter. But my son, regretfully, isn't here. He's playing ball. He's in North Dakota, an athlete. My nephew is just signed a contract with the Austin Wild for semi-pro ball. So he left a legacy, although quietly. So thank you for honoring him.
So as a grandchild, it's my job to keep my grandparents on their toes. And so I was the one who was able to test them athleticism forever. So I'm going to jump off the porch to see if you're going to catch me because I know that I'm not going to fall. Or I'm going to take off on my bike down the street, and you got to keep up because if you come back around this corner and I'm not with you or you're not with me, my granny's going to have a fit. And, he couldn't take on my great-grandma. So no matter what, between me, my brother, my cousins, if we were to do something athletic-wise, it's Thanksgiving in 2015, and he's racing down the street. I didn't know no other old man who could take off running against a college student, but needless to say, it's like when I learned after he passed how much of an athlete he really was. And to see him just go full throttle with even just me as a grandchild and with my brother and with my cousins. It was amazing to see, but like I said, it all came together once he passed away. And we can see exactly how much he was invested in everybody else. So thank you, West Texas, for honoring him and letting us see a side of him that we never got to know personally.